Yeah, I hope it is visible. Hello. Yeah, so thank you, Vrinda, for giving me this opportunity, and thanks, Umair, for advising me what all things need to be covered and to streamline the talk for. So this is an opportunity where I will be more talking about how we started in Victrans and how we came across ERP Next and how it became a part of our the growth journey. So my talk will be on this topic. So when we started initially, it was an informal group. We were majorly focusing on open source technology to teach rural people how to use a computer. And for that, we converted, or we rather we made a Indian language enabled operating system, that is a GNU Linux. We converted that into a Gujarati, Hindi, and Marathi language. And we used to teach our villagers how to use a computer in their own language, in their own Indian language. So that is how we started before forming a private entity. Then later on, with this experience in mind, and while having an experience of working with the government as a non-profit work, with that experience, we started the private company in 2009, and we started with the government projects mainly in the Maharashtra region. That time we were facing challenges to get into the private sector, and we were looking for some kind of platform or technology which will help us to get into the private industry. And in one conference we met Rishabh Mehta. I don't remember the conference name. I think it was a FOSS.in, which was held in Bangalore. And that time we came across Rishabh Mehta, and even we heard about web notes and ERP Next. So that time it was not a ERP Next, it was a web notes. So Rishabh helped us in getting a project where WebNotes was implemented for that customer. The customer name was Knight Frank, which is a big facility management organization in Mumbai, and they are headquartered in UK. So we provided them a support with a team, with a single developer rather, I would say. And that was how we started our journey by getting into the private industry and with the help of a ERP Next. Then later on, we came across one more customer again with the help of Rishabh. And then that is how we started our journey. And now we have a team more than that. And we are really good, doing good in terms of ERP Next. And with keeping ERP Next as a core framework or the core platform to offer to our customers. Now, this is the most interesting topic, the FC.
Mr. Kanaya, sorry to cut you. Are you sharing your screen?
Yeah.
It seems to be frozen.
Oh, sorry.
We can still see just the first slide. Yes, now it's visible.
Okay, let me make it full screen. Is it visible now? The slide name is Without Frappe Cloud.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great.
The slide is visible. Can you present it?
Shall I stop and share again? Reshare again?
No, just click on the present icon. If you can see it on the bottom right corner.
Let me reshare again. Yes, is it visible?
Yeah,
it's visible now.
Okay, great. Yeah. So in the early days, or rather before Frappe Cloud coming into a picture, anyway, in last couple of sessions and even yesterday, we talked more about FC and how it is changing things and overall paradigm. That is that we already started seeing it. Before Frappe Cloud, we used to the customer most of the time approaches us for implementing it on their on-premise servers, or they were coming up with some cloud options, and they were asking us to implement it there in their control. Of course, we were not having any other options rather than to go with that options, and ERPnext.com was another option. So we have gone through various, but that is what the option was. There was no other options. But when we see the Frappe Cloud in last couple of years, we have seen that it has changed a very thought process overall. The challenges which we used to see when we deployed it on premise or any third-party cloud server. So first of all, it was taking a sizable time in setup itself, then dependencies of various libraries and dependencies of hardware, then access policies, so many other things. Then even the client data centers, they were not ready to host it on other clouds because they were having a data centers and they were asking or forcing us to go on that data center itself because they were not having any other reliable options. Then the challenges which we faced about the version upgrade, and the overall, if any issues were occurring in the hosting option itself or the server itself, that the turnaround time of the provider itself was a time consuming. But that we saw it has been changed, that thought process overall has been changed, and now the FC is becoming a kind of a benchmark. When we start compare with the earlier options, we see it has saved the time for sure, of course, and the challenges which are listed down on the left hand side, those challenges we overcome, and now we see it by if you want to create a new instance for any customer, within a couple of seconds or a minute's time, we are able to create that instance. We don't have to spend much of time about thinking about the versions of ERP Next, thinking about the operating system of a hardware or the servers, what kind of configurations they are giving. So we don't have to think anything about that. We just have to create an instance and it is up and running within a couple of minutes itself. So due to that, we have shifted. We saw it is a good option and really it is a making sense for customers and for us also. So in 2019-20, we tried with by moving a couple of customers, the existing customers to FC. And of course, there was a teething challenges on both the sides, the Frappe sides and even on the our side. We learned how what kind of setup we should have, what kind of app structure we should have. Then only it is easy for us to move to a FC. So the earlier 4-5 instances might have taken more time, but now the journey, now if we see at the 2021 in the November month itself, it has grown to a 26 sites itself, and we have planned in future in the next year or so, making it to a 70. That is quite possible because the way it has been designed and the way it is helping us to focus more on the implementation side and not on the rather DevOps side or about on the setup side or creating instances. We don't have to much bother about that. And of course, the most credit goes to the Aditya and Mithali. In the initial days, they have really helped us, and actually they provoked us to go for a FC in spite of many challenges in the early days. But I feel it is successfully converted to FC, and we don't see a much challenge now. Now we don't have to think twice why FC and why not the other service providers or the other cloud providers. Then one of the case study I would like to give a glance. We worked with a state government, Maharashtra state government, along with Maharashtra State Rural Livelihood Mission. This Maharashtra State Rural Livelihood Mission is a government agency who implements the project at the rural level at the field side. So they help the government departments for doing that. So with the help of them, we have implemented a project called Asmita Bazaar. So the Asmita Bazaar is where it is a kind of marketplace where all the self-help groups or Bachat Gat of a Maharashtra state, there are around 40,000 Bachat Gat in Maharashtra state. So it is a marketplace where Bachat Gats, then the suppliers, vendors, and the big corporates are coming on a common platform where they can sell a product to the rural users or to the rural citizens in a very discounted price. So this Asmita Bazaar there are almost 28,000 plus users. Users, I mean to say, I'm talking about the self-help groups and the Bachat Gats, the Anganwadi workers, Asha workers. And using that platform, they are making a transactions. So we have given them an option of wallet where they can recharge that wallet, buy a product. So that product can be a Colgate paste, that product can be a shampoo, or the small products, the retail products which people use on a day-to-day basis. So they are getting that on a very discounted price. This is a scheme which government is running. So this platform has bought all these things on a single platform. This ERP Next, we have used here ERP Next, of course, for managing orders, for managing the stocks, integration with the payment gateway. We have used the payment gateway PayU. which was given by the government. And the logistic partner here, post office, the Indian post office is acting as a logistic partner. So we have the semi-automated integration with the post office even. So it is a platform which they are using now. With the help of this platform, they are not, it is not just limited to a one scheme. Rather, in future, if they are coming up with other scheme also, so this platform is going to help them. So what all different challenges we came across while implementing this product? So one is about the kind of size of data they were having. So it took sizable time to move the unstructured data, unclean data to a structured framework. Then onboarding all the self-help groups of Maharashtra, across Maharashtra. So giving them a training at the rural level, at the field level, and guiding them how to use the system and become a part of this platform. So now people are doing the transactions on their own. They are so self-help groups are recharging their wallets. They are giving orders. They are getting a deliveries with the help of suppliers, like suppliers or the corporates like Star Bazaar, Big Bazaar. Such kind of corporates are supposed to be come on our platform to sell their products. And the logistic partner, post office is collecting a product from one location and giving it to the rural level to a self-help group. And the self-help groups are acting as a kind of local shops, at the virtual shops rather, at the village level. So they are taking order from the individual citizens and give individual customers and giving that product to them against the this transaction. So this is one of the case study for which we have used the ERP Next as a backbone, or ERP Next as a framework. So it is very much smoothly running on, and I hope the further schemes of a government will come on this platform itself. These are some of the big users I have listed down, just to give you a glance that so no, ERP Next is no more for the SMBs now. Like there was a poll that whether ERP Next is for enterprises or not. Is ready for enterprises or not? So I feel it is quite ready for enterprise level, and so these are the enterprises who are using it in their day-to-day operations. So one of the small case I would like to point it out here is about the Mercedes-Benz International School. It is a Pune-based school, international school. Now it is taken by the Mahindra Group. So now it is known as a Mahindra International School. So they are using SAP for all their operations for a long time now. But unfortunately, they were not happy with the procurement part, and they were finding it too tedious and complex. So they approached us by mentioning specifically that they would like to use a ERP Next, and they have heard about ERP Next, and they would like to build a procurement system for themselves. They don't want to use a SAP for that. So they have given us a workflow. They have asked us for that is how they wanted to. So we implemented that, I think, in 15, 17 days with some changes with their workflows. And now the complete procurement of that international school, whether it is happening at the local level or at the outside, even outside India level, so that vendor management, supplier management, and the overall procurement, it is happening on that ERP Next, the purchase module. And they are really using it for almost more than 2 years now. So we have upgraded to the latest version recently, and they are happy with the overall solutions. So, and rest are the users. Even these are the couple of government the government agencies and the banks. So we have a type with all these banks. With the help of them, we are providing a solution to the government agencies. So it is not a complete ERP Next they are using it, but some or the other module in some or the other way they would like to use it. So in that fashion, they are we have given them a solution, and they are using it for. Now, what is the going ahead plan, or where exactly we are looking for? So the Frappe School and the marketplace, where we see there is a sizable contribution or sizable engagement we would like to do with the Frappe or the ERP Next team, and provide whatever expertise we carry in terms of knowledge base. We can create a digital content, and we can, with the help of with the guidance of the team, of course, we would like to publish it on a Frappe School. The same way, whatever the apps we have developed in this last couple of years on the latest versions, or might be on a 12 versions, we would like to make it as a part of a marketplace. So that idea came when Umair guided us that that can be a part of marketplace, and there are some process and approaches we have to follow. So we have initiated these two subjects recently with the Umair and Hussein, and I hope in a couple of months or so, at least 10-15 apps which we feel can be a part of marketplace will be start reflecting on our marketplace in the form of open source. Definitely, it won't be a kind of any kind of charge model. Like that is how the idea of marketplace of a Frappe. Apart from that, SMB and enterprise plans where we'll be needing help of Ume. Just I had spoke in the last talk when he was talking about the overall plans. So we would like to combine these plans with our offering. Right now, we are not able to do it, but when this SMB plan was launched a couple of weeks back, that time we started thinking about it, and now it is becoming a part of our offerings, but somehow it is not yet closed. We haven't got any kind of customer yet who has chosen a SMB plan or enterprise plan. So there we will be needing the help of team, the Frappe team, how to club it in such a way that it should look like it is a part of the common offering, and how it will be benefited to them. So of course, I will be talking to their sales team and taking their guidance to make it as a part of their standard proposal, the proposal which we give to all our customers. So I think that's it. This is our team, and yeah, that's it. I will not take much time. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kanaya. Thank you for your talk.
Yeah, most welcome.
So Kanaya, nice talk, I think, and good turnaround overall. Great to see big brands where you have implemented ERP Next.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for taking initiative and contributing your apps to marketplace. We're really looking forward to that.
Yes, yes, yes. Even.
You
should drive.
have a question in the chat box by Mr. Asim.
Once. What is the question? Which the question by Asim, right?
Yes.
What is the feature being used in banking like IDFC? So the question is, what is the feature being used in banking like IDFC? So irrespective of any bank, whether it is IDFC or Yes Bank or HDFC, so basically we are not providing them a core banking solution. Rather, we are getting engaged with them where we are integrating their payment gateway kit and offering that to the government customers for getting for doing a transactions on a day-to-day basis which is happening at the government level. So so bankers are kind of a sponsors to the projects to the government. Good to see.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kanaya. I hope Asim, you got your answer.
Yeah. Anything? Any other questions? Of course, I will be there anytime later on also. So definitely. And thank you guys. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.